Welcome everyone to iLearn, San Francisco State's learning management system. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video to introduce you to iLearn. I'm going to show you a couple of things today about using iLearn, about how to log in, about how to populate your class, and then how to make it available to students. So first of all, you're going to want to go to the iLearn website, which is located at ilearn.sfsu.edu. And then using your San Francisco State ID and password, you're going to want to log in. If you're still using your San Francisco State PAC, you will need to get that updated and get issued a San Francisco State password. Passwords are now used for accessing class rosters, for entering grades, and for logging onto the iLearn site. If you have any questions about this and you do not have a password yet, feel free to contact Kathy or myself and we can get you this information. So I'm going to log into the iLearn website, and immediately you're going to see on the top left-hand portion of the screen My iLearn courses. Now, as a faculty member, these are the classes that you are teaching for the current semester. Whether or not you choose to use iLearn, they will create a course shell for each class that you are teaching. Now, on the student side, once a student enrolls in a course, they will also see the class that they are enrolled in, whether or not you choose to use it or not. Initially, when the students enroll, the class is going to be grayed out. They'll be able to see it, but unless you make it available to them, they're not going to be able to access anything. So this is a good time while it's grayed out to populate the class and the page, and to test for any problems that may happen during the class in this semester. When the class is ready and your materials are ready, you could then make it available to students and they will be able to access the information. I'll show you how to do this in just a moment. So first of all, we're going to want to visit the class that we want for the page that we want to populate. For example, this time we're going to use AutoCAD Level 2 for the Spring 2009 semester. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you first how to make the class available to students. Typically, you would populate the class first and then make it available to students, but I'm going to show you how to do this first. Under the administration block on the left-hand side of the page, and these brown areas with different resources are called blocks, and this is the administration block. Just click settings, and if you scroll down just a little bit, these are the basic settings for the course. You're going to see availability. Because this class is already currently happening and students are accessing the course is available to students. By default though, it is set up not available to students. So once you've populated a little bit, you would come down here to availability and select this course is available to students. You would then save changes. At this time, the class would be changed from grayed out to blue when the students look at My iLearn courses. They would be able to access all the information. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to populate the site with real basic text and uploading different kind of files. So what we're going to do here is duplicate what we have done in section 1. We're just going to duplicate that in section 2. The first thing you want to do to make any changes to the iLearn page is turn editing on. Whenever you need to make a change on the instructor side to the page or add materials, you're going to have editing on. And it's real easy to see when you have editing on because you have all of these icons next to the text and next to the files on your page. So what we're going to do here, first I'm going to start off, I'm going to actually replicate what we did in part 1 in part 3. First of all, we're going to want to put a label to let students know what exactly they're accessing. I'm going to insert a label under Add Resources. What labels are basically a text on the page that lets students know what they're going to download or what website they're about to link to. So I'm just going to put in AutoCAD 2009 Advanced Exercise Files. And I'm going to let them know that it's a zip folder as well. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger because I want it to stand out to students, and I'm also bold it. I'm going to save and return to the course. And you're going to see it again here in part 3, looking exactly like how we done in part 2 and again in part 1. Now what we're going to want to do is upload the zip file that we're going to want to make available to students. Now I already have this zip folder located on my desktop, and it's right here, AutoCAD Advanced.zip. You're going to want to have that available and ready to go. Next thing you're going to want to do is add a resource, again with editing on. And you're going to want to link to a file or a website. Now we're going to want to give a name to this file, whatever file the students are going to download. So again, it's the same again that we had before, AutoCAD Advanced Exercises. Under summary, I'm going to give a brief summary and just say zipped file so they know what to expect. Now next, we're going to want to choose the file that we're going to want to upload. Selecting it right here, choose your upload file and location. Now we're going to want to upload the file from our desktop. Select upload a file, and you're going to want to browse for that file. And AutoCAD Advanced.zip is sitting right on our desktop. You've selected it. Now upload this file. As you can see, the max size for uploading is 50 megabytes. So there's quite a few different types of files that you can upload. Basically, any format that you can think of that's under 50 megabytes can be uploaded to iLearn and accessible to students. After we've uploaded it, you can see that it will say file uploaded successfully. You're going to want to choose it to put it in the page. So I'm going to select choose and scroll down. This will take us back to the entry posting. You have some options about how you want students to access this file, whether it's to open a new window or keep it in the same window when downloading. We're just going to keep it in the same window because that works well. We're going to save and return to course. And it's going to place the AutoCAD Advanced Exercises right underneath the label that we had previously inserted. Now to move these around, each one of these labels and links to a file or a website, or basically resources. We can move each one of these resources around by selecting these arrows. For example, if we wanted to move this label underneath the actual file, we would just select where we'd want to move it to. So right underneath the file, we'd select underneath it, and it would then put the title or the label directly underneath the link to the zip file. We actually want this above the zip file, so we'll go ahead and move it again. And I'm going to put it directly above the zip file by selecting this box. You can also do other things like indent, which will indent the file. You can indent it a couple times, just giving the page a better feel. Some of the other icons here, the handwriting is to edit, the X is to delete, and the I is to show that it is visible to students. So what you can do is populate the class, and as you populate future weeks later in the class, you can turn them off so students cannot see them. With the I being closed next to this title, it means it would not be able to be seen to students. I'm going to turn that back on so they can see it. And a good feature of iLearn is that up here where you turn editing off, we're going to go ahead and turn editing off right now. You can also switch your role. So we're going to switch the role to student to see what students would see when they access the page. This is a good idea to really check the page and make sure that it looks okay before we make it available to students. And also, lastly, you're going to want to test it to make sure that it downloads correctly before beginning the class. So we're just going to select the link that we had created, AutoCAD Advanced Exercises, and that's going to prompt us to download the zip file. And as you can see, it downloaded and unzipped to our desktop. Successful. So there's a lot of other things that iLearn can do and is capable of doing. We are more than happy to sit down with you guys and show you these at any time. Just feel free to give Kathy or myself an email and we'll schedule something. Thank you again. Have a good day.